الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. I wanted to say that I miss the community. MashaAllah, we used to every Ramadan to get together through Taraweeh and and engage in spiritual fulfilling reminders that would help us to be engaged and make it safe, inshallah, throughout this month to the Jannah. Because I was saying that after Surat al-Maghrib, that our aim from the Ramadan is to gain the salvation from the hellfire. وَلِلَّهِ عُتَقَاءٌ مِّنَ النَّارِ وَذَلِكَ كُلُّ لَيْلَةٍ. And also at the same time to cherish our ruh and nourish it by the Quran recitation. And the purpose for the Quran recitation is not only for entertainment and soothing the mind, the ear, but it is also for reflection. And Shaykh, mashallah, may Allah bless him, was reciting from Surat al-A'raf. And Surat al-A'raf is a beautiful surah that full of stories. And this is the surah that speaks about, the name of the surah, al-A'raf, the tail of the rooster. The tail of the rooster is the highest, in the rooster, because it goes up and high. And it refers to the fence or the bridge between the Jannah and the hellfire. Because there are three groups in the hereafter. One will be going وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ to the hellfire. And one will be going to Al-Jannah. And those who will be standing in between. And they will be once turning to the right side to look at the people of Al-Jannah, and they wish they will be able to make it. And they will be turned, their faces will be turned to the hellfire, and they will be seeking refuge by Allah Azza wa Jal from the hellfire. Now, the moral of the surah is about how you should not be flip-flop, how you should not be, in the edge. There are so many who try to take a middle course in life. مَنْ يَعْبُدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى حَرْفٍ فَإِنْ أَصَابَهُ خَيْرٌ اطْمَأَنَّ بِهِ وَإِنْ أَصَابَتْهُ فِتْنَةٌ انقلب على وجهه. If good befalls unto him, things are fine, alhamdulillah, I make my way to the masjid. Things are not so good, I start declining from coming to the masjid. Now, throughout the story of the Surah Al-A'raf, there is the story of Ashab al-Qarya. وَسَلَّمْ عَنْ قَرْيَةِ الَّتِي حَكَرَتْ حَاضِرَةَ الْبَحْرِ. Narrate for them the story of the village that was beside the sea. Now, this village was tested by Allah Azza wa Jal. That we know that Bani Israel were prohibited from fishing on Saturday. Saturday is the Sabbath. This is the day you need to relax, no work. On that day, the fish comes in abundance. Other days of the week, no fish come. John is laughing. This is a test. This is indeed a test. Allah Azza wa Jalla wants to see whether they are going to respond to the test of Allah, or are they going to decline. So one group come up with an intelligent idea, brilliant idea. They said, let's set up the nets the night before, and we're not going to do anything on Saturday. Let the fish fall into the trap, and we collect them on Sunday. Now, this is wrong. According to the Sharia and Shara of Bani Israel at that time, absolutely this is wrong. But what happened to the people of the village? They were divided to three groups. One group was in favor of this action, supporter to this, and they were saying, yeah, let's go for it, we're suffering. Another group, they were saying, we don't care. They said that we should not do this. This is haram. This is the people of the conscience. The people of the conscience were saying we should wake up to our conscience. We should not be doing something that we're prohibited from doing. This is a test from Allah. However, the third group is the group that stays passive. لِمَ تَعِظُونَ قَوْمًا اللَّهُ مُهْلِكُهُمْ وَمُعَذِّبُهُمْ عَذَابًا شَدِيدًا. Well, they were saying to the other, to each other, why bother to talk to people who are, transgressor? They know that the punishment of Allah is going to be falling onto them. Now what happened? Allah Azza punished the two groups, the one who transgressed and the one who was passive. What does this mean? For the past 5 months and for the past 17 months, the whole world was watching a genocide taking place in Gaza. The whole world was supporting a genocide in Gaza. The superpowers were supplying the weapons. The superpowers were vetoing any resolutions in the United Nations to stop the fire and to stop the war in Gaza. They were complicit in the killing of civilians in Gaza. Now, the whole world is divided to three groups. There are this group who have hit the streets, who have taken an action by sending an email and taking a phone call to their representatives of the government and say, what are you doing to the people of Gaza? Why are you keeping your mouth shut into the killing of civilians of Gaza? The total number is exceeding 30,000. The total number of injured and killed have exceeded the 100,000. Primarily civilians, children, women, elders. And there are those who are saying, you know, you only live once, let's enjoy our life. Those are the most destructive category in the three groups. You should not be passive. You should not be standing on the wrong side. We know for sure that all the leadership community are complicit with what's happening in the genocide in Gaza. They're all complicit with it. No one can deny it, including our own government. Now it has been the action of the masses who have made a difference. Now gradually we're seeing the conscience of the international leadership is waking up gradually, and it is unfortunately too late, because the total number is beyond imagination. No one can imagine this is happening in the 21st century. We're talking about the global village, where whatever happens in one corner is seen by the other corner of the earth. There's no excuse for us to say we did not see the genocide that took place in North America against the indigenous people. There's no one can, say, oh, we don't know what happened to the native of South Africa. This is not a choice. We don't know what happened to Australian people, the natives. No one can, at that time there were no media, no social connections. Now there's no excuse. Allah is testing the international community in general, the whole population of Earth, to see how they'll be reacting to this. Are they going to take a passive action? Are they going to be standing firm and face the consequences, regardless of what the consequences would be, to stand up and speak the justice, and speak the truth and stand for justice? Or are we going to be passive? I got to take care of my family. I got to take care of my own business. I got to do what is needed to be done. Well, you know what? Life is very short. As Allah Azza wa Jal, throughout this beautiful chapter, Surat Al-A'raf, have demonstrated to us how Allah Azza wa Jal tests, societies and see how they react. I know we should not be taking a long time. Tonight, alhamdulillah, an organization I do not work with, right? I just, support them because they approach me and they're trying to take an action to support the people of Gaza. They're here tonight. Let's be passive and support, inshallah, IDRF in their own actions. I know Jahan wants to say something, but let me just finish, inshallah.
No, I want to donate.
Oh, you want to donate? MashaAllah. No, we're not doing a virtual fundraising. I know the brothers, the policy is here that people, as they're leaving, they put, you want to do a virtual fundraising? Yes, no, no? We just let people as they leave. As they leave, alhamdulillah. As people leave, inshallah, I know that everyone is generous, inshallah, they will be interacting with this. But I want us, inshallah, you made me lose track of my thoughts. No, Allah give me barakah, inshallah. So inshallah, as I said, regardless of which organization you choose, and we know that our masajids also need the support. We need to support our masajids because in another event I was saying how our masajids are the icons, the torches, the castles that provides for us the chance to educate ourselves and to educate our children. We need to look after our masajid, but at the same time we need to look after what's happening in the rest of the world. Now I know many of us say, well, borders are locked, how are they going to reach the people of Gaza and how to deliver the aids? Our job is to donate. Allah will be accepting your donation once you put in the donation box. Their job is to ensure that this is going to good there. And I know that, alhamdulillah, I met with them and I went to their office They say they deal with the locals inside Gaza and they try to empower the local businesses. So two things, they have projects for Gaza and they have another project also for Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. Now those who are following me with social media, please check the latest fundraising campaign I'm doing to support the iftar program in Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. And see how much reward you will be getting inshallah by doing so. Jazakumullah khairan. I will not be taking much of your time because I know that tomorrow is a working day and I know that this is supposed to be a short reminder. Jazakumullah khair once again. May Allah unite us inshallah al-firdaus al-a'la min jannah fa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.